Well, good morning and welcome to Politics and Business Television, where politics meets business and, of course, the real issues take center stage. Today, we are going to look at two very good stories that, define the state of the nation. The first one is the House of Reps withdrawing state police. And of course, the second one, a statement credited to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Wike Ezenwo, saying that I asked my wife to pray for me so that Tinubu will continue to support me. Wike is at it again, of course, and this is one of those statements that making the round and again hitting up the politics, saying that he has been asking the wife to pray for him so that Tinubu can continue to support him. All right, well, P&B Politics, or rather P&B Television, is where politics meets business, like I said before. And again, in P&B, politics is not about winning an election, but it's about making life better. My name is Kenneth Chidi. I'm not alone in the studio. Of course, I'm with my team. Mr. Brian Shaibu, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. CK.
And Madam Nikki Atta, good morning.
Morning.
Wike is just making me laugh this morning.
It's a funny one. That's a good one.
So the wife is now a prayer warrior.
You might have said behind the scenes, probably. That's very hard laugh.
But it's not in the front burner that I pray that my wife, I asked my wife to pray to God.
We all ask our wife to pray for us. In fact, I do it every day.
Yes.
I do it every day.
But do you ask your wife to pray that the president should support you?
Every day.
The president should support you?
Well, I don't have the honor. I haven't seen the president.
And then the issue of the House of Reps, the Green Chamber, withdrawing the state police. Mr. Ibrahim.
Yes.
Why?
No, they are not withdrawing.
Okay, they want to pave way for executive.
A lot of people might have missed the point. They are not. They are resigning to adopt a more robust form of the bill presented by His Excellency the President.
Okay.
They are not completely withdrawing.
Okay.
Yes. So that's the point I was saying. You might.
Okay, to accommodate the
exactly, because that bill is more robust. It contains much more angles to it. So they are now, in fact, that particular one has already passed second reading for consideration. So they are not in total withdrawing the bill. They are withdrawing the bill that comes from them about the state police. They are now adopting the executive version of it, which by executive I mean the one that came from the presidency. So that means the state policy is already is here to stay.
Yeah, it's here to stay, even though there are some concerns about it.
Of course there are.
And fears, alleged fears anyway.
Yes, I for one, is not in support of the bill actually, because I feel it is giving the government powers beyond the understanding, beyond comprehension. Even now, they have to use the national police. They do a lot of things. And now when you say they are entitled to having state police, which they will actually appoint the commissioner by themselves.
Okay. Well, when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. Let's see if we can, have two newspapers or three.
Or three.
And then we go straight to the topic of the day. We'll be going on a short break, of course, quickly. When we return, we go straight to the newspaper review. Go nowhere. We'll be back after this time out. Welcome back to PMB Morning Show, live here in the city of Abuja. My name is Kenneth Chidi, and like I did say before we went on break, we are just going to look briefly to some of the papers and then see what we have there to discuss. I'm still in the studio with Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu, and of course, Madam Nikiata. By the way, you're looking so focused. What are you focusing on? What are your expectations?
I'm focusing on the fact that I was able. I should collect some flowers now to be able to start from where it goes to the bottom. Anyway, it's a beautiful midweek morning, and I'm very happy to be in the midst of these wonderful erudite gentlemen on the morning show today. Let's see what the papers are saying, and then you'll be listening to what we are saying. You digest everything, put it together, and you start your breakfast with that.
Yeah.
So, let's take the first paper, please.
The first paper, please. Tribune.
Go after other bandits, terrorists nationwide, Senate tells federal government. Go after other bandits, terrorists nationwide, Senate tells federal government. Cautions Makinde to stop tribalizing government efforts. Oyo Assembly backs governor on call for UN probe. Orere, hospital discharges 25 out of 39 on admission. This is about the recently released boys and girls from...
Yes, and the Senate is saying replicate what happened in Oyo in other states. Go after other bandit terrorists. There was a statement immediately after the rescue of those children. One of the senators also, one of the top government functionaries said, I think he's a senator, said that they should replicate whatever happened.
I think it's Ndume.
Yes.
State also consider Borno.
Yes.
Because
we've been saying it on
exactly.
the station day in,
Several
day out,
times,
because
yes.
we broke the news.
Yes.
We broke the news of Borno, we broke the news of Oyo, we broke the news of all
So
rescue
that-
attempts for Oyo.
Exactly.
We broke the news that there's no rescue attempt for
Katsina,
Oyo.
Zamfara,
Yobe, all the hotspots.
all the hotspots, even Lagos.
But if I may ask, is Makinde trivializing government efforts? Why? Why is this shout everywhere? Why is everybody's trying to attack Makinde for going to UN to report, to call for probe from the UN?
Well, this idea of going to UN, going to US, going to UK, seeking international support.
Is it undermining our sovereignty?
Exactly.
It's not, because we are member of UN.
Well,
Are we not members?
it started, there are so many countries in the world that they have their national crisis and they try to manage their national crisis by
But
themselves.
when it grows out of proportion,
When it grows out of proportion, what do we do?
Have we managed it?
Listen. What I'm saying is, if in the first place we already invited US soldiers to come and fight Christian genocide. So when Makinde is asking UN to come in to take over this matter, I see no problem in that. That's what I'm saying. I told you this.
Okay,
yesterday.
fine. Because there's this allegation on making the point that
I said
even the rescue in the state, he is not aware as the chief. Yes, of course, he's not aware as the chief executive. Allegedly,
You remember I told you yesterday that if they will come against Christian genocide, they will also come against bandits and terrorists.
Okay.
They are all internal crises for which we are inviting international support. So let it be all round. That's what I said yesterday.
So far so good. 25 out of the 39 victims have been discharged from
I'm
the
even happy that his Federal Assembly are not against him over this. They are supporting the
call.
The call, yes.
The Speaker of the
Exactly.
House of Assembly has
Exactly.
congratulatory.
And other Nigerians should come also.
House of Assembly is in support
I don't
of
even know why the federal government will be afraid of inviting you to come up.
The dissenting voices is becoming
Except
too much
if-
on the probe. Somebody is telling you that I indicated my interest by 4 p.m.
And then
Wrong.
2 hours later, children have been kidnapped.
And again, there was an alleged threat.
People against
Somebody said, I'm going to put fire in your
state.
state. So what are we saying? Let him
said
call
that?
for the probe.
Who said
See,
If for nothing
I'll
else,
put fire in your state.
yes, sir.
In Oyo State,
Of course, there was.
Oyo State.
In Oyo State.
The Oyo State governor.
I don't have his time. When I have his time, I'm going to put fire in his state.
I remember.
Yes.
Minister of Federal Capital.
Yes, you
Yes,
said
I
it.
remember, yes.
So what are we saying? So if he's calling for probe, see, Nigeria is not a shop. It's not a shop affair where one man owns the shop. We need to know what is going on. It is our right to know what is going on as Nigerians.
The truth is coming clearer among Nigerians that politicians are playing politics with the lives of the citizens.
Oh, yes.
Honestly speaking, many Nigerians are becoming more and more aware of this fact. So already a hospital discharges 25 out of 39 on admission.
That's very good cheering news for a change.
Exactly.
Good news.
Exactly.
I just pray the remaining ones will come out and at least go for some
Now
Therapy.
we've seen police, we've seen security agencies granting interview to criminals, to bandits, and those who, even there's one we saw that said he uses a Fulani tongue to kidnap people. To
The one that unsettled me most is that bandit having interview in the comfort of a sitting room.
Now you have rescued children. Can we hear the children talk?
I think you asked this question yesterday.
I did.
Oh, if one of you did, actually, I remember.
I know a child will not lie to you. Where
were you?
Let the journalist interview the children. Good morning.
Now,
how are
the
you?
question is that they are well fed. They look very, very healthy.
Mr. Bam, if you interview those children, if they allow journalists to bump into those who interview them, let them give me 5.
They may even end up revealing names. Lawyers, politicians differ on appeal court ruling on implications of ADC primaries. Another headline. Lawyers, politicians. Yeah?
Sorry, I was looking at the police arrest.
Lawyers, politicians differ on appeal court ruling on implications of ADC primaries.
Yes.
Of course.
That's regarding the latest court ruling.
I think we have 135 billion set aside for post-election. We have not even started.
That one, they are yet to become active. Right? That one, they say post-election.
But even pre-election already.
But yesterday, I read somewhere that the INEC umpire is complaining that they are underfunded. I think I read it somewhere yesterday.
Who is not underfunded? Even the Minister of Health is underfunded.
Why can't he decide into the post-election fund?
Police arrest fake
PMIPC DG Adeyemi in Osun. Has he arrived?
I saw the picture.
That's good.
And of course, ADC demands Nafi Bala's prosecution over alleged forgery of INEC documents.
Another angle, another twist.
Yes, ADC is calling for the prosecution of Nafi Bala's that an
alleged forgery of INEC documents.
Because INEC denounced he said that he had been able to upload, he had collected the code, the uploading code, and that he had uploaded the names of presidential and NAS members, vice president candidates. And now INEC came out and denounced and said there was nothing like that.
Which the implication means it's a forgery.
That is what ADC is now saying.
All right.
Reps drop down. State police bill considers Tinubu's proposal. You see? Yes. Tinubu's proposal over the same state police, which is more robust, which is more comprehensive.
All right. Refer bill to special ad hoc committee
on constitutional review for consideration.
Special.
Yes. So ultimately, that state police will come to stay.
Do you spell the right on that?
I know. I tell you that it is to their own advantage. It's to the advantage of the politicians. For them, it will be very, very useful. But for other Nigerians, it is definitely no.
Okay.
Yes. And even the politicians, it will only serve the governors, the presidents, and few other chosen ones. Do you understand?
The chosen ones.
Exactly. If you belong to the circle. If you are in the opposition, they will use the same
apparatus
to intimidate you.
Okay. Let's have one of the newspapers too.
So whether we like it as Nigerians or whether they don't like it as a Nigerian, that state police will come into being.
Okay. All right. Phantom Council DG detained. Phantom Council DG detained.
But Miller listed as witness.
That's a prince.
How can he be listed as witness? Is it witness? Is he supposed to be a witness or what is the other one?
Accused.
Your
guess is as good as mine.
If I'm saying,
a point of correction.
Yes.
The government said that we should not be calling people accused any longer. Let us
I just want
the defendants. Always put it defendant.
Okay, is it sorry?
Defendants.
I will do that statement. I will do a slip of tongue. So is he supposed to be a witness or a defendant?
A defendant. As the case may be.
If I am saying,
but he's being accused.
Wait now, no, I have to understand this thing properly. If you guys understood it, I don't understand it. See,
can anyone understand this one?
No, let me ask the uncle.
The more you are you seeing it?
Let me ask the uncle. He's the driver. If I'm saying that I gave you 400 million, I'm now arrested for saying that I give you 4 million. Do you understand?
Yes.
Then the agency, the security agency, are they supposed to treat you that I'm saying I give you 400 million as a witness, or as a defendant. Are you not coming to defend yourself?
Going by the tenets of the law, I'm supposed to be a defendant.
So why am I inviting you as a witness now?
Well, your guess is as good as mine.
Oh, no, probably because you are wearing a better suit than mine.
I'm not aware.
Maybe, probably. So you see how one-sided justice can be sometimes.
Now, wow.
This
so
is my son.
As soon as I accuse you, you do something bad to me, I accuse you, I get arrested.
Exactly.
That's what's going to happen next now.
You see?
Mr. Ibrahim, I think this is my
You
son.
know, I told you, with whom I must please. That's what we heard from the sky. We saw a bright lightning coming and the very fine sound on the sky saying that.
All right, thank you very much. As a rescued Oyofufios teachers reunite with families.
Federal government expands intervention powers in state police bill. You
Yeah?
see? It expands intervention powers in state police bill. So they are now
Instead
looking
of
at a
reducing
more... Yes. Because that document is more thicker, more robust. It's all comprehensive, all embracing than the one actually put forward by the National Assembly,
the House of
Representatives initially.
Yeah.
So they are now saying, no, let's keep our own down and let's accept Mr. President and the executive version of the same bill.
Okay, next newspaper, please.
And that will even call for amendment of the Constitution to some extent.
To
To accommodate, yes, it has to accommodate.
All right, fake agency scandal. How IGP's special forces arrested controversial DG in Osun hideout. So you can, the police can have the capacity to discover somebody and fish it out from a very strong hideout.
Inside the 1 week manhunt that led to Adeyemi's arrest.
So within the 1 week that was a manhunt, he appeared on, with all our naked eyes, we saw him when he appeared in a sister television station, national television.
Granting interviews or
Thank you.
discussion.
Granted, it. So what was the hideout that you were fishing? He has been around. He granted interview. Then, if you're very, very up and doing on social media, you saw the one he did with VDM, very dark man.
Yes.
So, what was the fishing that was special force that was a hideout?
Well, maybe the river is not known to me.
Oh my
So
goodness.
NBA and others are pushing for evidence-driven investigation into the matter. And Abuja High Court postpones arraignment until September 30th.
Inside the 1 week manhunt that led to, okay. I was told that Adeyemi did not even appear in court.
He didn't appear in court at the other hearing because he said he feared for his life. That was it. He came out on an interview and said,
Yes.
"Why I didn't
I
appear
think
in
the
court
point-
was because I was so scared
The
for my
Punch
life."
captured that issue more clearly up there. Look at it. Reps dumb on state police bill and adopt Tinubu's version.
What is going on?
For those of you.
So for those
Okay.
wondering
Well,
why,
well,
since last week we heard about the rescue and why you're seeing tears, joy as your peoples are reunited with their parents. What happened was that the normal procedure in such situations is that you take them first of all for thorough medical examination.
They were.
Top to toe. That's what I'm saying. So I'm trying to say those who are wondering, didn't we hear they were rescued since last week? And now we're only hearing that they've been reunited. So I'm trying to explain the gap in transition.
They were in the hospital.
After that, after thorough medical procedure, then you also have to go for psychological, what do they, should I call it, debriefing, for lack of a better word. Then and only then will you be allowed to go home as it is. And the normal thing really is that social workers should actually be monitoring them. But I don't know if we have such a department.
All right, 2027 race, INEC recognizes Article 470 ADC candidates. Good to know. And of course, tears, joys, and abducted or your people unite with parents. Okay, my brother, I don't have much to say. Honestly, I don't have much to say, but I just pray that. Mr. Ibrahim, you're laughing?
Yes,
What?
no.
I don't have much to say.
I'm
Honestly
laughing
speaking.
because I'm happy to be a Nigerian.
Yes, and I'm happy they are rescued all the same.
Country
Right.
of controversies.
And my prayer is that such thing does not repeat itself again. All right, that is the much we can take on newspaper. I don't know if you have sports, but okay, you have sports. I didn't want to read sports this morning because my team lost. Too hot for France. Too hot indeed.
Talking about Spain.
Honestly,
Woo.
Spain outclassed France yesterday.
I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that coming. The entire midfield was captured by Omo and the rest of them. And
Didn't see that.
I was blown away. At some point, I was wondering, is it the same France? But I predicted something at the round of 16. I told a friend, I told a couple of friends that the way France is playing, the only team that is going to
France
beat France.
was almost becoming the new Brazil.
Everybody said for this World Cup was France's World Cup.
There was something I said that actually played. I didn't know how I came out of that thought. I said the way France is playing, that was a round of 16.
Yeah.
That the only team that will beat them is a team that scores them first.
Mm.
Because nobody has scored them first throughout the World Cup.
Okay, they always have to be the first scorer.
Yes.
Wow.
So this is the first time a team is going to score them. They are coming from behind, and that demoralized their mentality, and they could not even absorb that shock. Penalty, Lamar.
Honestly, for some time, France was almost becoming the new France of football,
New Brazil.
new Brazil of football.
They were the Spain was so good to the extent that a full right back scored the second goal.
So starts to the team.
Right back defender was even striking like a striker.
Well, Spain has sent them back home.
No, they'll be going for third place anyway.
Okay.
Something I heard about Spain though, which is very underrated, because the whole world associates England, UK with their football. I'm told in Spain, people don't really talk about it. It's the same thing. And I'm told that how they make their stadium, you are almost bending into the court. It's very, very open. So people really troop in just the same way you see packed crowd during Premier League matches. It's the same way also for Spain. So they're really, I heard they're really sporting giants.
They have a very good footballing
nation.
Yeah.
Of course,
the likes of Real Madrid, Spain, Atletico Madrid,
real footballing
really up and doing.
No. They have a very powerful league.
Generally, Spain is a country of sports.
Okay.
Particularly football.
Yeah.
Football, of course. They have one of the best league in the world.
Different
La Liga?
The La Liga, yes.
Okay.
Oh, we have the Real Madrid and the Barcelona.
What's the French league called?
It's just French league.
French,
no?
French.
Serie A. Francais.
Serie A is Italy.
No.
No Francais name.
I forgot.
And now I'm asking you that is French
league.
fan.
Just the French
French Ligue 1 or something.
No.
Something. I forgot the
just
name.
the French
But
league.
you know one thing about the Spaniard, the whole team is made up of a particular club.
Wow. The whole team.
The Spanish team that played yesterday.
Wow.
They just lifted Barcelona team.
Okay, it's a Barcelona team.
Only one Real Madrid. The rest are all Spaniard Barcelona team.
Wow.
So it was the same teammates playing.
So it's Barcelona against France, essentially.
Yeah, against PSG, because PSG is more also in the France national team.
Wow.
So it was more or less like extension
of team club.
So you can see that chemistry. That chemistry. Oh no.
Yeah. The cohesion, everything is there.
Is there. Okay. Thank you very much. I think we don't have time. We are going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll just take one or two topics, and again, we'll go straight to what's trending. This is P&B Money Show. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this time out. All right, welcome back to P&B Morning Show, right here in the nation's capital, Abuja. My name is Kenneth Chidi, and of course, still with me in the studio is Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu and Madam Leki. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Okay, the National Assembly, in fact, House of Representatives has withdrawn the State Police Bill to accommodate Tinubu's proposals. Let's put it the way the newspaper
Headline.
Headline, you see.
The headline.
Yes, the headline, to accommodate Tinubu's proposal.
Or to adopt.
To adopt.
Exactly.
Mr. Ibrahim, I can see that you're smiling.
Yes, I'm smiling because
So what is that Tinubu's? What is the president's?
Initially, when this information came, many people thought the whole idea has been resided by the House of Assembly, by the House of Representatives, because it is just this morning that people are getting to know that it is actually they just shaped their own version of it and then adopted the executive version of it, which seems to be larger and all comprehensive. Do you understand? And then, according to them, this action was taken pursuant to Order Number 9, Rule 6 of the Standing Orders of the House of Representatives. Because if there are two bills, one coming from the executive and one coming from the House itself, they will now have to weigh the two together and then put one and then replace one with the other, which seems to be more comprehensive. In that manner, they now decided to dumb down their own and then take the presidential on, which has already even passed first reading and second reading, and is now on its way to the committee for further consideration. So as far as we are concerned, or as far as even the House itself is concerned, it's a done deal, because it has already passed first and second reading. And then if this is done and it ultimately came to be, I believe it is against the wishes of so many Nigerians.
Exactly my
many
point.
Nigerians that are against this. It has thrown Nigeria into debate, and then from the one that I have seen so far, those that are against seems to be more among the Nigerian public than those that are. The near has it more among the people. But I think, but as far as the House is concerned, I think
the eyes have it.
The eyes have it. So they are making the rules for us. They are making the laws. Whatever we see, we have to.
Well, what happened was that before this, the House of Representatives, then now it's this first and second read. They had already passed it. It had been passed by the House of Representatives on June 10th. Okay. Now, we're now discovering that July 14th, an executive bill on the same topic is being presented by the president, which is coming in as an executive bill. Well, what they've decided to do, because usually would have expected in a situation like that, probably elements of the other one would have been co-opted into this one and then married, since this one had already been passed. But they decided to go what do they call it?
Sine qua non.
So they now sine die that one and start another one afresh. Mercifully, like I said, usually executive bills are usually treated, with fast tracking, and it has gone through first and second reading. And now, like the $1 million question is, since you've passed your own, what was the essence then of accepting this one? Well, we're told that one, like he said, is a more comprehensive, more robust, and has also it will also take into consideration elements of other stakeholders as the Nigerian general public.
Yes.
Anyway, the House of Representatives today, as part of its open week, they're having the NAS Open Week 2026. And we are told that today, Wednesday, the State Police Executive Bill is going to be topical. So for members of the public, you're actually, encouraged to go over to the House, the National Assembly,
and ask all the necessary questions.
In fact, I think there's leeway for you to ask questions. But anyway, that is what's going to be expounded on to the public. It's not going to be like an in-house sitting, like a normal sitting session. It's going to be open to the public, and all descriptive, all, the gray areas are going to be fashioned out. So what will happen is that we'll keep you up to speed on the nitty gritty, the 1 + 1 + 1 is equal to, that people need to know as it unfolds later today.
Maybe Mr. Ibrahim needs to go there as well. We need to go there and also sit down.
Exactly.
Of course, this is our constitutional right to do that.
Yes, of course.
So that we can come back and, of course, bring Nigerians up to speed.
You will be able to speak with authority.
Of course, I need to sit down there so that nobody. And of course, after the end, I will ensure that what was discussed is what actually will be passed. But now there are so many fears on the state police. Some people are saying, why now? Why is this state police gaining a lot of momentum? Mr. Brian,
Well,
few months to the election.
According to His Excellency the President, with a view
Up to the extent that even the executive is not even sponsoring a bill, and it has been set as other bills have been set aside to accommodate.
Well, it's not other bill. It's just a
same bill.
more comprehensive version of the same bill.
What is comprehensive
Well,
about
the
it?
president, in order to add credence to the legislation, the president has this to say that the proposal is a critical component of his administration. His administration strategy to reorganize Nigeria's security architecture to better protect the citizen. And he is confident, he is very, very confident that the House of Representatives will act quickly to consider and pass this bill. So essentially what he's telling us is that it is for our own good. It is for the good of Nigerians. But as far as many Nigerians are concerned, I think it's for the betterment of the politicians themselves.
Well, state police has always been topical. We've been
Exactly.
hearing state police, those
Yes.
two words jingled to bandit
It has
together.
been there. It has been
Administration
there
into
for a very long
administration.
time.
They have never been
So
more
it will only
serious
take this
about it.
administration to make
But
it.
this particular administration had said categorically. In fact, they gave the outgone Inspector General of Police, Kade Gbetoku, a marching order to create, like sort of a blueprint for how to implement state police, which he refused to do, and rather was spending the whole of his administration running after human rights activists like locking up Omoyele Sowore and the like, until he was asked to please bow out. Now, the current IGP, Disu, was also given, and he was given a time frame: submit your proposals of the framework of how state police will be implemented in Nigeria, which I believe he has done. So he has been very passionate about it. But the part I don't really understand, why did it take so long from June 10, when the House of Representatives, in fact, they had a special session. They gathered, made the bill, passed it really fast, and then it had been passed. Then now, July, what was it yesterday? July 14th was when you now brought your executive bill. Well, anyway, like you said, executive bills always have fast tracking, and like I said, this one is more robust and more accommodating. What we want to really see as Nigerians, let me say, well, what I would want to see is clear demarcation of areas of operation. I don't want to see a situation whereby I come in, I'm a federal police. No, we are not. This thing belongs to state. We don't want to divulge information, because we've seen a lot of that every time we have like what do they call these joint task forces. If they didn't really like if we have really major, maybe like this major kidnapping or this thing, the policemen will get the information they have. The army keep it to themselves. DSS.
There's no synergy in our
Well, I've not been seeing the synergy. I've not seen any synergy, because there was
don't you think is it as a sort of duplicated function that is actually causing the problem?
This is what we're saying. So that's why for me, let this bill really demarcate areas,
spell out the terms and conditions,
exactly,
set the boundaries straight.
Yeah, I'm the one, federal police. This is where. Maybe it's going to be
this
capital.
Has always been there, but still we are not seeing the required amount.
How could it always been there? If we've been having state police?
I see the functions and mandate of the SSS is totally different from that of the Nigerian police.
The DSS is the police.
Exactly, and that of the police also differs from that.
Directly to the presidency.
Do you understand?
Right.
But what we are saying is this: the most fears the Nigerians have about this state police is the fact that the governors will now hijack the powers, and the politicians will
particularly the governors, who are now the person, the chief
to operate their political opponent, even operate other citizens.
And aside that, other factors.
There are. I'm just
other factors. Even the issue of tribal sentiment.
Time will not allow us to mention all. The key one is this:
tribal sentiment. Will it still come from the same state?
Listen,
what are you saying? There are states that have about 4 tribes that are not even
together.
So they make one tribe.
Yes, if they
take the chief of police and make it and make the chief of police of that particular tribe,
which will probably be the governor's local.
They are Nigerians now.
There are states like Kogi, states like
ethnicity.
Benue State have tribes.
Our body system.
Some tribes don't even see eye to eye.
So what will happen? We have to look at the pros and cons.
There is a point here to allay that fear of the point that I just raised.
Yeah.
The Speaker of the House of Reps had this to say, that the proposed state police will not be a tool of operations in the hands of state governors if established.
How? What they want to know is how? How will it not be a tool? How will it not? For you to say these are, it's just like you bringing a campaign promise.
Okay, let's look at that.
It's not take off promise. Good for all. Didn't we hear that in year 2000? What did you hear about year 2000?
Open day, right?
Yes.
So
I think the open. Yes, today is the day they're talking of the open.
So we'll find time to go.
Exactly.
In
fact, there will be a problem. That's why he's now trying to.
I can assure you, I will be there. Let's go.
Yeah.
We have to go to the open, attend the open day, so that we'll be part and parcel of what's going on there. Thank you very much, Mr. Brian, and of course, Madam Mickey. Thank you. Even though that this issue is one issue that we cannot overflow, because here we are up and against our lives. The state police can either go in our favor or go the other way around. And that is why Nigerians are really, really paying attention to it. Coupled with the fact that the timing is a little bit uncomfortable for some people, and then for some people, it's comfortable for them. Thank you very much. We're going on a short break, of course, and when we return, the last segment of the morning show kicks off. And again, Ferry Josephine will be there to take us through to what's trending. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this time out. Welcome back to P&B Morning Show here in the nation's capital. I told you before we went on break that we'll be going straight to the last segment of the morning show. And of course, with me in the studio to take us through the morning, or to what's trending rather, is Ferry Josephine on red.
Yes.
Why are you copying me?
I don't
They
know.
planned it.
I'm wearing the
They planned it.
Madam Ibrahim will always say we're planning
Both of
it.
themselves.
And we also have similar thing going on with the dressing with Madam Mickey as well.
I thought it was going to be really chilly.
The west.
But it is.
No, this is the west side and the east side.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of everybody here, I think.
No. Yeah. You are red like me.
Good morning, viewers. Good morning, Madam Mickey. Good
Morning.
morning, Mr. Ibrahim. Good morning, Mr. CK.
Morning.
I love your smiles. It's so contagious this morning.
You always do.
I love your smiles too, Mr. Ibrahim.
Please tell us what's trending. Make my
All
smile.
right, so what's trending?
The money is not there for the smile.
In remembrance of the 1 year of late President Muhammadu Buhari, there was a session that was held on that regards. The speech by the Vice President Shetima. So I was trying to mention his name, I think, during the weekend to someone. And I was like, what's the name of the vice president? It skipped me for a moment what his name is. And the person was like, I wouldn't blame you. He's just in the background. We're not hearing him. We're not seeing him in activities. So I just remember. So I just thought to share. So, of course, let's have the first video of the day. What the vice president had to say about the late President Muhammadu Buhari.
In power, your friends know you. When you are out of power, you know your friends. Let me acknowledge and appreciate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his loyalty and support, and in keeping with the faith, friendship, and camaraderie that punctuated his relationship with late President Muhammadu Buhari. I remember I was in Ethiopia for the Green Africa Initiative when we got wind of the late president's illness. The president called me and said, Kashim, I've just learned that President Muhammadu Buhari is ill in London. Please kindly proceed to London and find out what is happening and ensure he lacks nothing. That episode marked a very reserved and everlasting memory in me as I go to see him in the hospital in London. His doctor ushered me in. He wanted to wake him up. I said, no, Kabarishi. I came out with tears in my eyes and met Zara and Yusuf at the door of the ICU unit. It was a moving spectacle, it was a moving moment. And to have also gotten the honor of escorting his body on behalf of the president back home is one of the greatest honors given to me by the president. All
right, that was the Vice President,
Yes.
Kashim Shettima, saying that When you're in power, you know your friends.
You know your friends.
And of course, when you're out of power,
Well,
when you're when you're in power, your friends know you.
When you are out of power, you know your friends.
And before then, I was just saying it that for me, when you don't disagree with me, I even suspect you the more. One of the ways I know that you are my friend or you are sincere to me to understand is that when you disagree with me. You understand? That's common psychology. When you see somebody around you that is always telling you, "Oh, correct, sir," it's a wrong sign. It's a very wrong sign. It's a very sign. When the chips are down, they will leave you. Those are fair weather friends. I have one of them around me. Recently, I told him to his face. He was trying to come around me, and I said no. And he said, "Why?" I said, "Because I have seen something that I know that will not make this friendship work." He said, "What?" I said, "I know you. When the going is good, you are always on your side of this person. The way you criticize other people, that's how you're going to also criticize me one day." So,
all right, let's talk about the life of late Muhammadu Buhari in a bit. He was one president that he gave us as a nation.
I'm not aware.
I don't understand. You're not aware. Malam Ibrahim, let's start with you, please.
Why do you want to start with me? Well, for me, Buhari is a true Nigerian. He's a patriot. He has given his best to Nigeria and Nigerians indeed. This is one person that has ruled Nigeria twice, one as a military person and then as a civilian. He happens to be one of the only two Nigerians that have that opportunity of being Nigerian leader twice as a military, as a civilian. And then he is one person that has had every prestigious position every Nigerian wishes to aspire one of. Every Nigerian wanted to be either a minister or a governor or a president or this and that, and he has been all at a very tender age. I remember he was the very first governor of Borno State, because initially there was not Eastern State comprising of Borno, Adamawa, and Gongola State, which is now Adamawa State and Bauchi. Then when it was separated to three states by General Murtala Mohammed, North-Eastern State became Borno, Adamawa, and Bauchi. Then Muhammad Buhari was sent as the first governor of Borno. Then he became minister, the very first minister of petroleum resources in Nigeria. He became a military head of state. He became a civilian head of state. He became chairman of what is it? Is it PTF or what?
Yes, PTF.
This is a very miniature head of state because you are controlling part of the IGR, Internal Generated Revenue, particularly as related to petroleum of Nigeria, and he has worked wonderfully with it. He's one person we expected to fight corruption headlong, but unfortunately he couldn't fight it the way he wanted to fight it. And then I know a lot of Nigeria has problems with his policies, particularly as economic policies, but you can give this to him. He died a very honorable person, a very integral person that is honest, person that has recognized to be uncorruptible.
All right, Mamiki.
Because in this country, you will find even a commissioner, Richard and Buhari, who has been a governor, who has been minister of petroleum, who has been president twice. So I think for me, he died a honorable death, and his soul rest in peace.
Amen. Mamiki, please.
Yeah, well, I want to chew on the meat of the video, which the Vice President Kashim Shettima said categorically, when you are in power, your friends know you. When you are out of power, you know your friends. I want to really appreciate him for making that statement. I pray, because the people who were in that hall, it wasn't a very large gathering. So it was a who and who setup. I wish and hope and pray they too will listen to what he's saying and adopt what he's saying. That means for him to make that statement boldly means he has chewed and tasted the other side of power as well as being in power. And what that means, if he could say it, means that he has remained a true friend. Well, let me tell Kashim Shettima, Vice President, something that we who are not in power have experienced and come up with our own statement. And what is that? A friend in government is a friend lost. A friend in power is a friend lost. So we have to marry all of them together and see a middle road within it. Immediately, some people are sworn into, which is, well, in quote, the lower House of Representatives, they changed their numbers. They never, those who maybe the SIM card is still inside the phone, once it rings, they look, would never pick it up. Guess what? When it's time for election, they go to the governor who owns the ticket. The governor gives it to another person whom he has fallen in love with. They are out of position. They are on your line every day. You call once, they pick. So we have to, like I said, balance the two. But for those in power, I want them really to adopt the wisdom of the Vice President Kashim Shettima. Because when you are in power, you will notice your friends will know you. Yes. When you're out, you now know who are your friends. You know your and those, friends. Like he said, that are yes men. Yes, sir. Bring the contract. Yes, sir. Give me the money. Yes, sir. Post my daughter. Yes, sir. Fix my child in NMBC. Yes, you are doing very well. Afterwards, you see the real ones. Who were the ones that whose calls you would not pick? Who were the ones that would have told you, sir, we saw what happened yesterday. Let me tell you that Nigerians are not happy with this or that statement. You would never want to listen to them. When we have a friend in power, should not be a friend lost. That's my take.
All right.
I think I would like to say something about continuation to what Madam Mickey said.
Yes.
It is also natural and common sense to know that sycophancy is one attitude that you see within the corridors of powers. And I'm very happy that the likes of Shettima was able to spot it out and of course feast on it, because for those who don't understand, politics is shrouded with sycophancy. A lot of oh yes, babao, Kabiyesi, Shama, honorable. These are the things we see in that corridors. And again, for somebody like me, of course, like I said before, things like that, you don't move. I'm not moved. I'm not moved to such things. I'm not the character. I'm emotionally stable when I say things like that. Therefore, the more you hail me, the more I even fear you. In fact, the more you even thank me, the more I even suspect you. That's the truth. So my trust level is even low. How much more? I might appreciate it. Look at you, but that within my heart, of course. And the wise songwriter said, "When they go in, it's going in good. Many people will be your friend. When they go in, it's going bad."
All right, that's a beautiful take on the whole scenario. But then again, we're talking about Buhari. Do you think the vice president, sorry, I beg your pardon, was referring to the late Muhammadu Buhari, or he was just making a statement? That is a rhetorical question. I'm not expecting a response. Let's go to the next video of the day, talking about consuming locally produced red oil. When I saw that video, oh Lord, please let's have the video. Let me not talk.
Tabbas malam gaskiya na zo ne bai ga gari ba, tafiya mabulin ilimi. Kamar yadda mutane suka sani fa aikin manja ba kowa ne ya san yadda ake yin sa ba. To yau na kawo muku wani bidiyo yadda ake hada manja da yadda ake sarrafa komai da komai har a kai ga zuwa a kawo mana shi mu ci abinci da shi. Wannan fa manjan da kuke gani fa shine mai kyau fa. Hato kar ka ga ana wannan abun ka ce kai ba za ka iya cin wannan ba. To wannan shine mai kyan fa. Yawwa. Idan kuma ka kaurace wannan zaka iya zuwa ka sha manjan da bai da kyau. Wannan duba komai bane duk cikin aiki ne. Amma ka duba ka ga yanda ake wannan aikin. Shin ka taba ziyartar inda ake iya wannan manjan kuwa? Ka taba zuwa gurin da ake yin wannan manjan? To me ra'ayinku ku sa mana a comment section.
That they touch her.
Everything.
All right. Oh Lord. I sincerely, I don't know. I please, your takes, please. We're almost out of time. So briefly.
This is one too many that we have seen in the video.
I'm okay with this.
You're okay with that?
So what's there?
Mamiki.
What is there?
I don't know.
I'm sure because it's a fine girl. Mr. Ibrahim is okay because that girl is
I don't know.
It's not about the beauty. They're talking about how you
I'm telling why Mr. Ibrahim is
I haven't even seen her
okay.
first. I'm saying that.
Say
See, so many things that we eat, you don't even know how it is being prepared. You understand? You don't even know how things are being prepared. We're just consuming things. In fact, this makes me even angry. Why will you show me this? You can see that's a number of palm oil. So as far as I'm concerned, this will not stop me
I
from
love
taking
palm oil too.
Yes. Because so many things that we take, we don't know the processes that they
for me, I would just say Isa Dauda.
printed at the top of the district. Now go this. So thank you for exposing this to us.
I don't care.
And I'll never stop referring to her. God may her soul rest in perfect peace.
Dora.
Professor Dora Tuyuli. For this video to have come out today, this week will not pass. That operation would have
shut down.
And then others, from what she'll do, others will take dressing, as they say in the military, and know what to do, because even if you did it hygienically, you still sell it, we'll still buy. You understand? What? And let me tell you something. It's like you said, it all boils down to the concept of crime and punishment. In China, anything that is to go into human mouth, once it's for consumption, if you dare adulterate it, you already know your punishment. You already know.
That is for them.
Please,
But also, the same China also allegedly brings adulterated.
A lot of adulterated goods.
Let's not use China.
We asked for
When I saw this thing, I was thinking.
They produce based on how much you're giving them for.
Thank you.
We asked for it. You want your standard.
No,
but they have placed the statement.
I'm talking of our own citizens.
This is how they were talking
this one now.
Is it?
We are the ones
that this is more or less like a jacuzzi.
I want to ask a question.
Shut up, I thought it was Nollywood.
Yes.
Is it a question of adulterating the oil, or is it a question of being unhygienic? I don't understand here.
I think you don't understand it.
Is it unhygienic?
You don't understand it.
So it's unhygienic. It's not you are talking
Even
about
our sensitive part, the oil was touching everywhere.
I'm talking about the lack of hygiene now.
You can see the oil. Look at the bomb.
Stuff. It does not have the NAFDAC stamp.
This is one of the
thing that does not pass through standard. This is not a standard production.
Never.
Look at her leaning on her
everything. All the essentials are
in the
yes, all the essentials are part of the process.
Please, I want to eat my lunch today. Remove this video.
Please, enough of it. Ew. I think at this point,
thank you. Well, some of us don't know how this.
Justin, did you want us not to eat?
They say this is the highest quality.
I really don't want to believe. I don't want to believe that. I've seen other process of making.
Thank you now.
This is
we
the best.
Let's call it a day.
Please, let's call it a day.
Thank you.